Hello, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. I am Sharice Hurd, your pampered chef consultant, and I am here for Whatcha Cooking Wednesday, just like I have been for the last 5 years, most Wednesdays anyways. Sorry, my voice is a little froggy today. You know how that goes. It comes and goes sometimes. So we're just going to work through it. Hopefully I keep my voice through the whole thing. So I've got some new products, some retiring products, lots of things to show you tonight. And all while we make a wonderful Tuscan white bean pasta dish. Now this can be made vegetarian. The recipe that I'm going to share with you is basically a vegetarian recipe. I have some leftover rotisserie chicken, and we like a little extra protein in our dish. So I am going to be adding chicken to it, and I'm going to be using chicken broth instead of water. But you can make it either way, okay? So I actually originally thought I was going to serve it with chicken sausage that I had in the freezer. But we had some rotisserie chicken left over. So I said, why not use that up? So that's what I'm doing tonight. And I appreciate you joining me. If you're checking in and watching, please drop in the comments hello. Tell me what you're cooking for dinner tonight or eating for dinner. Maybe you didn't cook it. Maybe you just grabbed it on the way home. Sometimes that happens, or it just has to happen. I understand that. All right. So if I freak out a little bit, my puppy is running back and forth behind me because he won't go on the other side of my island because there's things that are unknown to him sitting on the floor that aren't usually there. Like the stand for my camera and the extension cords. So he's running around back and forth doing his zoomies behind me. So I apologize if you hear a lot of squeakers and noises and things because that's what's happening in my house. All right. If you're watching the replay, comment replay so that I know that you are here. And feel free to share this video out because who knows, I mean, doesn't everybody need new recipes? So this is a new one. Are you guys ready? Let's get cooking. So I first want to talk to you about our new stainless steel cookware. We have 3 new pieces. There's the 10-inch skillet that I have here. The 3-quart pot, which I cook the pasta in right here. All right, comes with they all come with a nice lid. And then there's a 4-quart saute pan that has 2, not the big long handle, it has 2 little handles here. You might have seen it in some of my pictures. If you need information on it, just drop it in the comments. So these are brand new pieces. They are gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Look inside there. It hardly looks like I've used it yet. I've used it several times. So it cleans up beautifully. The best thing to clean your stainless steel with is Barkeeper's Friend. I will tell you that right now. It cleans everything beautifully. So, and I love the glass lids because I can see what things are simmering or cooking inside there. And these the handles here do not get hot, okay? And the other thing I'm going to show you before I put this on the stove, that back there, you'll notice there are no rivets here. So when you're cleaning, you don't have to worry about getting gunk stuck in those rivets. I always hated that. I just have to do this little brush to get it all out. You don't have to worry about it. It's all smooth all the way around. All right, we're going to start preheating the skillet. And I am preheating it just on medium. You don't need to preheat it on high. There's no reason to use high heat. Just medium to medium high is fine. And preheat it with nothing in it, okay? Excuse me. And then you're going to add your oil and your food. And that's how you know, because you don't want to heat up your oil ahead of time. It can burn the pan, you know, if you forget about it, you know, that might be a bad thing. And the other test to see if it's ready, you can put your hand down towards it, like a couple inches above it, and you're going to feel the heat. Also, put a couple of drops of water in there, and if it beads and dances around like kind of like a mercury from a thermometer, you'll know it's ready, okay? So once that's ready, we're going to put in some tomatoes. I have a pint of grape tomatoes all washed up, ready to go. But we're going to need a little Parmesan cheese to top this with, right? I mean, can you have pasta without a little Parmesan cheese on it? No. I am going to use my best friend, the deluxe cooking blender to chop up my chunk of cheese. I already had a big wedge of Parmesan cheese that I've cut into chunks, all right? And I'm going to show you how quick and easy that this grinds up this and makes like shaker cheese, really. It is beautiful. I love it. This is the only way I do it anymore. And then I put it into a glass container to save it. All right, you guys ready? All I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this pulse button down. I don't know, it's probably going to take 20 seconds. Are you guys ready? It's going to make some noise, so hang on. All right, it's done in 16 seconds, all right? Now, I want to show you. Can you guys see that? Look at that cheese. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. So I got my prep bowl over here. I got a 3-cup prep bowl. Got my long skinny scraper. Now the blades in the deluxe cooking blender are not sharp, but they are powerful, okay? So I just do this, and then it lasts in the refrigerator a couple weeks in a glass container, okay? That's the secret, I think, to keeping it fresh is the glass container. So you can either use this or a leak-proof containers, either one. I just always use my prep bowl. Look at that, all out of there. Lickety split, and now I have cheese. Now, if I was, sometimes when I'm doing this and I need Parmesan cheese, I will make something else in here, like maybe tomato soup, or, oh my gosh, I can't think, hello. Alfredo sauce is the other one. All right, both of those are really good to make in here. So right after, because then I don't have to waste that extra little bit of cheese in there. But the beauty of it is the deluxe cooking blender will clean itself. We just add in 3 cups of water and 3 cups of water and there's a drop or 2 of soap and it's done, okay? We set it to heated wash. There's a heated wash cycle right here, and it does its own thing. It heats the water up to 140 degrees, and then washes it for about 2 minutes, okay? All right, I just want to grab this and put this and get this ready for us, because we're going to need this next. Okay, let me check my pan here. We're almost there. Oh, just a little bit more. All right, let me put my cheese off to the side. We don't need that right now. Don't need that. All right, so this little beauty is our electric twist and chop. So this is gonna help me get my beans ready because 1 can of beans is drained and ready to go, all right? The other can of beans, we're gonna actually puree in here. That helps to make our creamy sauce. So first I'm using cannellini beans, and these are the no salt added ones, okay? Because we're not draining this can, you wanna make sure you get a no salt added, okay? Now, I'm gonna use my smooth edge can opener. The edge of the can goes in here and it goes down on top like this. Turn it, give it a quarter turn, it's locked on there. And then just keep turning all the way around until you feel a little pop. All right, then I'm gonna check my pan because that should be ready by now. All right, quarter turn to the left. Then you're gonna use the little beak here, and this button here controls the beak. This corner of the can, and boom, it's off, okay? Let's check this pan. Oh yes, that's lovely. All right, about a tablespoon of oil in here. Now I'm gonna drop my tomatoes in here. And we're just gonna, and you wanna hear them sizzle. Can you guys hear it? It's sizzling already? You wanna hear that sizzle, that's a good sign, okay? Let me get a drink of water. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Now, we want to get these beans ready. So I am taking my can of beans. I did not drain it. Now, one thing you'll notice about the twist and chop is when I start running it, is that the blade is actually going to go up and down inside of it. I'm going to turn it sideways so you guys can see it. All right, so just dump your beans in there. All right, should go in there. Yep, I got them all. Okay. Get that out of the way. Hand it off here. Just want to move those around a little bit because they're going to start getting blistered. And so I want them to get blistered and kind of start opening up, okay? All right, so once I lock this lid in here, the little blue lights come on, okay? Now, one thing you got to know about the little blue lights is they're very sensitive, okay? They are your on and off buttons. There is a pulse and there is an on-off, okay? So the pulse, you can see, and I barely have to touch it, okay? Seriously. All right, I'm going to turn it on and let it go for about 10 seconds. And you see the blade going up and down? All right, those are ready for us. Beautifully smooth. Try to take that off. Take the blade out of there. There we go. Beautifully, oh, bring it all the way off. There we go. How do you think? Easy peasy, right? This twist and chop does amazing things, guys. I gotta tell you. All right, let's see how this is ready. Give this a little swirl. All right, we're almost there. We want them to start kind of breaking open a little bit. Or burst, they say. So while I'm waiting, so we are using our Tuscan style herb chicken seasoning pack. This is our meal, one of our meal mixes. And if you haven't heard yet, in August, up until September 7th, Pampered Chef, for every meal mix sold, is donating a meal to Feeding America. All right? These meal mixes are about $5. We have this chicken one, the Tuscan one, which is one of my favorites. I used the scampi the other night. There's a pad thai, chili, carnitas. I'm probably forgetting one. They're so good, so handy to have on hand. And the great thing is, like, it's got all the seasonings in here, so I don't have to worry. Okay? So let's see where we're at here. So we've got the burst or not? We're just about there. Just a minute more. Okay. So the other thing I've got going on in here, and we'll let this go off to the side. I thought this would go a little faster. They're not quite going as fast as I thought they would. All right, let me see what we have here. I forgot to tell you that this recipe is also one of the new recipes out of the new Fall Season's Best Cookbook. So definitely get this. 15 recipes, best $2 you can spend in the catalog, okay? All right, so now we're going to place, we're going to add our pureed beans, our meal mix, our other beans. I'm going to add the chicken now and my chicken broth, okay? So let me get this thing open and ready to go. All right, and then I get everything else in here. So that's the whole bean. All right, that's my seasoning mix. The whole, was it the whole seasoning mix? Yeah, hold that. Ooh, make sure. Sometimes the recipes call for like a couple tablespoons or so. All right, I'm going to dump in I'm using chicken broth. Like I said, you can use water. All right. Now I want my beans, my pureed beans in here. I'm going to just put that all in there. That's going to help make our sauce nice and thick. Right. I'm using the mini mix and scraper to get it all out of there. There. I don't want to leave any of that goodness behind. Okay. Now just start giving that a stir. I know it's hard to see right back there. Sorry. So much going on in the kitchen tonight. All right. I'm going to put that back up on medium-high because I want to bring this back to a simmer. And there's really not much to cook in here. Oh, I'm going to add my chicken. Wanted to add my chicken in there. Hold on 1 second. We'll get that in there. All right. Get my chicken in there. So I just have like about 8 ounces of cut up rotisserie chicken. So it's already cooked. I'm just heating it up with everything else, okay? The tomatoes basically are cooked, right? You know, I don't have to cook those. The beans are cooked. So I'm just kind of mixing it all up here. Getting it all mixed. I want to bring it to a simmer. Getting that meal mix, all those seasonings. And I love this meal mix because it's so savory with the rosemary in it. Oh, I absolutely love it. One of my absolute favorites. I use this mix when I'm making chicken soup. It's perfect seasonings for me. So I don't even have to measure out anything. I just throw that right in the pot. So there we go. All right. So that is, it's really nice and saucy. All right. So we just want to bring that back to a simmer, I believe. Let's double check our recipe. Yeah, just bring it to a simmer. Then we're going to add our pasta in. So I'm going to move some stuff out of the way, guys, so that I can show you my next thing here. Hold on one second. Because I got more to show you yet. All right. So we're going to also add some spinach in here. So I have my bowl of spinach here, about 2 cups, maybe a little more. 2 big handfuls, okay? I don't want to put this in whole. I don't like big chunks of spinach. I love spinach, eating spinach, but I don't like big chunks, big leaves of it. Even though this is baby spinach, some of these are not baby leaves, okay? And I have the stems in here. You can take the stems off. I don't really care. They're fine. I'm going to use my salad chopper. So can you see they have a dual blade here, and then it has kind of the scoop, kind of like a spoon. So they're made for cutting salads. I cut chicken and pulled pork a lot with these, but I use them like kind of standing up like this versus like as scissors like this. You can use it either way. I just find this easier to use like this. So I'm just going to keep moving this around. Let me watch my sauce. My sauce is just about ready. It's starting to bubble. All right. I've had these so long that my little safety latch to keep them closed closes up on me sometimes when I'm doing this. All right, I'm just going to turn it over because I know some of the ones on the bottom did not get quite cut. And I'll show you. And it looks like I have hardly any spinach in here now that it's all been cut through. There we go. And this will make it wilt faster in the, I'm going to throw my spinach all over the place here. There we go. All right, so that's ready. So you can see, nice and chopped. All right, perfect. All right, we are back at a simmer here. I want to get this stirred. We're going to add in our pasta now. I pre-cooked this. Now, I cooked it al dente, so I cooked it like maybe, I think it says 9 to 11 minutes. I did it to about, I think 8 minutes, because it's going to cook here a little bit in the pasta. And I mean, the pasta is going to continue to cook in this sauce, so I didn't want it to be over cooked. I like my pasta with a little bite to it still. If you like softer pasta, then cook it, you know, the way you like it. But it is going to continue to cook here in this sauce. All right, so we're going to take that off the heat. Now I can bring it out and show you guys what it's going to look like. All right. Yep. All right. There we go. I'm just trying to get it all moved around here. We're going to add in. Whoop. Okay, how does that look? Can you guys see it now? There we go. All right. So now I want to stir in my spinach and let that wilt. So I'm going to put it in here. Tuck it down in the sauce and then put the lid on it. Oh, come on, all the spinach in there. This makes a big full pot. Now, it might be a little fuller because I did add the chicken in here. So, and it's only 8 ounces of pasta, guys. Like half a box, okay? Let me put that in there. I'm going to grab the lid because I want the lid. What's the lid? That's going to help get that spinach wilted faster, all right? Now, one other little topping thing we need on it we need a little lemon juice. So let me get my lemon ready. Grab my cutting board. All right, so I'm using my, this is our new foundations knife. This is the utility knife that comes in our set. It's the 4-piece set. You can kind of see it back here by the Parmesan cheese, 4-piece set. If you haven't seen this yet, I gotta show you real quick. It's pretty cool. I like it because it's just the 4 most used knives. Your paring knife, the utility knife, the bread knife, and the chef's knife. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't want the knife block sitting out on your counter, the base flips over and can be tucked into a drawer. How cool is that, right? I mean, really. All right, so just pop that over. All right, let me put that back. All right, so I've got my utility knife. I've already put this lemon into the microwave for 10 seconds. What that does is it pulls the juice to the center and pulls the oils to the skin here, or the rind, so that when you're zesting it, your zest will have more flavor. And when you're juicing it, you'll get more juice out of it. And this is a huge lemon. I gotta say, I don't know if we're gonna want all the lemon juice in here. It is huge. All right, let me get this going. Let me get this moved around here. Stir it up. Trying to get these, there we go. It smells divine. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good. I gotta tell you. All right, let me put this over here for a second. All right, let's grab a little juice in here. Using my citrus press. Guys, I've had this citrus press before I was a consultant. So I'm celebrating my 10th anniversary with Pampered Chef in September. So I've had this probably 15 years. Best thing ever. It gets used, I don't know, 3-4 times a week, really. Cut side down into there. Hopefully this one fits in here. Oh, it just does. All right. Now, if you have a lemon that's kind of pointy on the end, or kind of, this one might have a little point. Sometimes I cut that little point off because otherwise it makes it not go in there and center. All right, we're just gonna put a little bit of lemon juice. I'm not gonna put this whole thing. I'd say about a tablespoon. And it's optional. You don't have to put fresh lemon juice in it. It just kind of brightens it up a little bit. All right, mix that all in there. Let's get that all mixed in. My dog is like here at the foot of my, looking for a little dropping. Let me tell you. He's like, what did you drop? I needed a snack. He is a chicken hound, I can tell you that, because as soon as the chicken bag, I open a bag of chicken or something, he knows instantly. He can smell it. All right, this is our dinner. The only thing I'm gonna do is, we did all that lovely Parmesan cheese, remember? So again, this is optional. A little Parmesan cheese on the top of that. And of course, we'll put more on when we put it in our bowls. But that's it. Our dinner is ready. One pot meal, okay? Gotta love it. Well, maybe 2 pots, because I did cook the spaghetti or the linguine separately. But that's it. I just made dinner, lickety split, in, I don't know, 25 minutes, all right? Start to finish, and I even did fresh Parmesan cheese. I'll drop the recipe down below for you to check out. If you have any questions about it, let me know. If you have any questions about anything that I used tonight, please just drop it in the comments or shoot me a message. Either way is great. Thank you again so much for joining me this week. I know many of you join me every week, and I do so appreciate that. Come back next week, and we'll have brand new products to talk about, because brand new products are coming out September 1st, and I'm super excited. I have been playing with some of them and using them, and I can't wait to share them with you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.